love it. Blizzard developed this shit? What? What a mascot. Damn, I was a Blizzard OG. Yeah, that fucking logo, dude. We're playing The Death and Return of Superman. Another childhood favorite of mine. I really liked beat 'em ups as a kid. Uh, the first ever like arcade cabinet I ever played on was Final Fight at the Circle K by my house. So yeah, I've always been into the genre. But yeah, dude. I remember like seeing ads for the storyline in the comics, like I don't know, I have this memory of like being on the school bus and like seeing back in those days kids would actually you'd see kids reading comics and shit. And like I remember like seeing that image of that bloody S. But then also there'd be like ads in comics for like the storyline and it would show like the fist coming out like the cover of the game. And I was like, whoa, that's cool. I always joked that like uh, I didn't like Superman until he died, but I love that artwork that Dan Jurgens when they gave him the mullet and shit. That was like my favorite Superman look. So I wasn't really into Superman until then. Although I don't know if I mentioned, but they used to show the Fleischer cartoons around the time the Batman animated series came out. So that was the first time I thought Superman looked cool. But yeah, I wanted to play this and talk about BvS. Because the ending of the movie is pretty much this. That guy's kind of cool looking. He's got cool glasses. They even had like a toy line for this, didn't they? Because I remember my little cousin had the Superboy figure, and he came with like a motorcycle. And then I would always like steal his toys. I was a bully. Woolly bully. Oh, remember? No one ever talks about this, but kind of. I think it was in the late '90s. They like split Superman up into two different forms, and he was like red and a blue. And I remember they would even make fun of it on like late night talk shows, like how gay it looked. I always remember that shit. I don't think they'll ever adapt that. Oh damn. I actually think Superboy's look is pretty cool here. The little leather jacket. I honestly don't know anything about Superboy's origin. Yeah, BvS was the first movie I ever reviewed, actually. Back when they put the Batmobile from BvS. Oh, Steel, dude. Okay, so I wanted to do a review of Steel because I remember watching it as a kid, and I had, like I said, there was a toy line. I think the Steel figure came from this toy line, and I used to have that because I thought he looked pretty cool. Um, but yeah, Shaq is such a bitch now, dude. I gotta do a why I love basketball video at some point. But yeah, let's try this shit out. Oh yeah, but anyway, so yeah, they put the Batmobile from BvS in Rocket League, and I think I played it right after I saw BvS in the theater. I haven't watched the theatrical version in forever, but it's pretty much just not even a full movie. Well, it looks cool because they cut out so much shit that's like necessary to the plot, which is fucked up. The underwearers. Oh shit. You can't dash. Oh, you can charge it or hold it. You pick shit up. Oh. Oh, you can grab people too. They already died. Nice. Dive kick. Oh, you can fly. How did I do that? Oh, you double tap jump. C is the jump. I got the 6 button. Oh. 6 button joint. Oops. But yeah, so I remember when they announced BvS, it was like, what the fuck are they doing, dude? They're already jumping ahead. And, you know, mostly it was like, Batman's not getting a solo movie, what the fuck? But I really liked Affleck as Batman just because growing up as like kind of a nerdy comic book fan, like a lot of us were into Kevin Smith and, you know, would watch his movies and listen to commentaries and stuff, so like, it was kind of surreal to see that like Affleck was gonna be fucking Batman now. And I think at the time him and Kevin Smith weren't really even talking. To this day, I don't know if they've ever like, because he used to do Fat Man on Batman when he was still like, you know, good. But yeah, to this day I don't know if he's ever had like a sit down kind of interview with Affleck about the experience of making BvS. But yeah, whenever I think of him in the part, I kind of just feel bad that he had to do Justice League twice, you know? Because you can imagine putting on that fucking suit all day, you know, and drove him to fucking drinking. Isn't this one of his kids fucking tranny them? So I don't know, I don't have too much sympathy for them. For they, them, for him. But yeah, so, you know, people are like defending the shit out of BvS now because, you know, they hate the new Superman. I don't know, I still find it weird that like, and you know, to be honest, it's probably mostly like bots or some shit, but like people that are still saying like Zack Snyder deserves to finish his vision or whatever the fuck. But like, the vision was already compromised the moment they made this movie because, you know, they skipped everything of, you know, like, I don't mind if they wanted to do like you know, bad Superman, because like it seemed like they were kind of like doing Injustice, which to me would have been fine, would have been cool actually, but like you just skipped ahead, to the fucking end of it, pretty much. Instead of like, you could have introduced, you could have did Superman 2 and I don't think the mistake was introducing Batman in Superman 2 technically. I think if it had been a real Superman 2, then you could have just had like Bruce Wayne in the background and Batman in the background, but like weave throughout the story a little. But then you could have also like fucking did it right and had Joker kill Lois and shit and have him go crazy from that shit. So like the whole shit with like Flash, and that's another thing that sucks about watching BvS, is the casting with Ezra Miller and Eisenberg. It's just so fucking awful that like, good casting can kind of like cover up a bad script, but like terrible casting just ruins a fucking movie, dude. But anyway, yeah, the scene where Flash like comes in from the past and he's like, Lois is the key, and don't trust him. You're always right about him. Like even the way it plays out in Zack Snyder's Justice League, like you can tell they didn't really know what they were gonna do completely, so they just had him say this bullshit. Because what he says doesn't really kind of tie into how Justice League plays out. I mean, I'll have to watch it again, but yeah, BvS is just a series of like shit that they never paid off. Well, you can even throw Man of Steel into that. Setting up shit that never gets paid off. Oh, you fucking bitch, anti-air. I didn't use my special move, but it like takes away your health. Whoa. But oh yeah, so they had to start off with the fucking pearl necklace again. It's funny that it's Negan and the chick that was Glenn's girlfriend, and then they're fucking Martha and Thomas Wayne. Martha. And the whole thing where like Joe Chill like puts the gun and then like pulls back on the pearl necklace and shoots her. I was like, what the fuck is that? I think Zack Snyder had a weird way of like trying to make everything sexual and shit. And also his like prison fetish comes out in this, in the extended cover. Yeah, it's 3 hours long, dude. Oh, what the fuck? Was a palette swap of Doomsday? Yeah, and I thought like the shot with the bats flying up Bruce Wayne, the little kid version, looked kind of funny the first time I saw it. But I like how it starts off with showing Bruce Wayne's point of view of the ending of Man of Steel. And he's got his little like rescue mobile with a siren on it. And then he like runs into the fucking buildings and shit. But I can't stand the dude. He has his legs crushed and Bruce Wayne comes over, Batfleck tries to come and help him. And I always love how Doomsday looks before he rips out of his outfit. He looks cool. And oh damn, the pecs are out. But yeah, the dude's fucking like, has his legs crushed, and he's like, I can't feel my legs. And then Bruce Wayne tries to come and help him, and he's like, I got you, I got you. And then he's trying to calm him down. And he's like, what do they call you, Wally? And after he says that, the fucking dude kind of just looks at him like, fuck you, He's like, you're the boss, boss. He's looking at him like, you rich piece of shit. And I was like, why the fuck is he like that, dude? He's like an asshole for no reason. And then he's like, saying Superman's a false god or whatever. But so he didn't get paid to do all that shit. He was already doing that shit. And then Lex kind of like Luke Skywalker. Lex kind of like latched onto that. But I don't get why he was such an asshole. Oh. But yeah, the whole like mystery around that guy in the wheelchair, and then and the African lady. So yeah, after the rescue scene, then they kind of added some shit with the scene with Lois in the desert, and he's in the movie, Jimmy Olsen, in the theatrical version, but it's only for like a second. But in the extended version, he actually like has lines and shit. And in this version, he's like a war journalist, I guess, but he's working already for the military or the government or whatever. Oh, fuck, dude. Boom. Chainsaw Man. Oh, fuck. Nobody talks about that shit anymore. It was all over Twitter. And what was the other one? The Spy Family or some shit? Anyway. Talking about anime I've never seen. Oh, you fucking asshole, dude. But yeah, and then Lois comes in and she tries to sound like a hard ass or like a badass to him. Oh, fuck. But in a way, I kind of don't mind making, like, in this Superman world, like, having Jimmy be a war photographer is kind of cool. But yeah, Jimmy Olsen, he does kind of try to act a little like Jimmy, like kind of a goof, I guess, a little bit. Oh, you fuck. But yeah, in this like continuity where everything's so like serious and humorless, like it actually would have been cool to see him interact with Clark at the Daily Planet. Oh yeah, also what's his face? Perry I was gonna say Perry Mason. The chief, Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne. He sucks in this one, dude. His whole character is just to like be in opposition of what the main character should be doing. Like, he doesn't want Clark going to Gotham. He wants him to write a sports story. And he denies Lois's shit too, I forget, but anyway, yeah, it was all like, I don't know, some sort of setup to have Superman go out into the desert and kill the the leader of those fucking whatever the fuck they were, I don't know, those Africans. Yeah, and then Lois goes on this whole like, detective arc to try and like tie the bullet material or whatever the fuck that they used, to try to tie it to Lex. And she has scenes with Jenna Malone, which I remember people were thinking that like she was gonna be Barbara, which would have been cool. But she's just a random character. You can pretend it's Barbara. It's not like it fucking matters. That's what I do. That's Babs. Oh fuck. Oh yeah, Amy Adams. I mean, she has some decent scenes with Clark that I like actually. Like, there's one where after the bomb goes off at the hearing, he has a scene with Superman where she tries to I don't know, encourage him or whatever the fuck. But they had a nice scene together. But she would have made a better Lana Lang, I think. I mean, the least of which is the fact that she's not a brunette. So. But yeah, then Lex basically pays off this African lady to like smear Superman's name in front of the Senate or whatever. Oh, it's just so cringy, dude. She's like, Superman does not answer to no one, not even to God, I think. And then later she has a change of heart and the fucking KGB throws her off of a subway platform. Yeah, the Russian character, they don't ever say really. I think he's only in like maybe one scene in the theatrical version. But he's like in that beginning scene in Africa, and he's kind of like a bad guy throughout the movie. Oh, and then he captures Martha at the end, or he's about to torture or whatever. But yeah, that's KGB's, dude. I think my introduction to that character was when they did the what was it called, Cataclysm or whatever, whenever they had that big earthquake in Gotham. I think that might have been the first time I saw the KGB's character. And I always remember because he's like one of the many characters that have like the Spawn Spider-Man type face mask, you know. He's one of those characters. Would have been cool if he had a mask on. Oh yeah. Damn, this is a lot easier than Maximum Carnage swinging around with Spider-Man. And I was thinking the same thing when I played the Superman Returns game. Like, wow, the movement is actually like better than the Insomniac Spider-Man's. Oh. Oh, you fucking bitch. And yeah, why is Holly Hunter in the movie, dude? She sucks. Like, I mean, I like Raising Arizona, but like, I don't know. She's so like cringy with her fucking call it Granny's peach tea. I ain't gonna drink it. And of course, Lex, dude, she's fucking awful. I think in the director's cut, I didn't see the. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But when you're first introduced to him, doesn't he have that scene with that guy where he like puts the Jolly Rancher in his mouth or some shit? I don't think that's in the extended version. That shit was fucking cringy. But I mean, like I said about Man of Steel, like I get it's Zack Snyder's movie, but like he didn't write the shit, you know? And like, I mean, maybe he approved that choice, but I mean, knowing Warner Brothers, I'm sure like the studio loved it because he was coming off of the Facebook movie, so it's just like his Zuckerberg performance, you know, cranked up to 11. But even at the time, I was like, man, it could have been so much more. Like, imagine if he was like, someone that like had faith, and like Superman comes and kind of challenges his beliefs, and that's what turns him, wanting to kill Superman. And then watching it this time, I was like, all this shit with Bruce Wayne and him being like, thinking that he's the enemy. In the scene where he's like, if there's even a 1% chance, we have to take it as an absolute certainty that he could be our enemy or whatever. And it's like, it would have been great if like they had casted a good actor to be Lex Luthor, and like he kind of started off as like this like good, like philanthropist or whatever the fuck, and then like you put those belief systems, from Bruce Wayne into Lex Luthor, a good one, and he has sort of like this arc where he's, becomes obsessed with Superman because, people love him more or whatever the fuck, and he's not even human, So, I mean, there's more they could have done with that, and then, Bruce Wayne could have been sort of on the fence, and Lex could have been like trying to get Bruce Wayne to like side with him and the public or whatever. I don't know, it would have just been so cool to have these characters like talk to each other. One of my favorite scenes is when Clark goes to the little function that Lex is having. And yeah, I mean, you could have had the whole movie just been like Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent talking for the most part. I love that, like, he's like, what's your stance on the Bat Vigilante? It's like, they say he's stomping on civil liberties or whatever. And Bruce is like, don't believe everything you read, son. I guess he's supposed to be a little older than Clark. Oh yeah, and then he's like, criticize your paper criticizing those that think they're above the law is a little hypocritical. Every time your Boy Scout saves someone, you write a puff piece editorial. Oh, you fucking asshole. Oh, and then I love, so throughout the movie, he makes like allusions to 3 of his villains in 3 different scenes, and in that scene Bruce is like, he's like, I guess it's just the Gotham in me. I've had too many bad encounters with clowns, dressed, or whatever the fuck he said. Freaks dressed as clowns or whatever the fuck. He says that, and then in the scene with we have to take it as an absolute certainty if there's a 1% chance. He's like, because, Alfred is trying to tell him that he's not the enemy. He's like, or he's trying to say that he's a good guy, but he's like, Bruce is like, come on, Alfred, how many good guys have we been through or whatever, and it's like, how many of them stayed good, how many stayed that way? And so he's kind of like, I feel like he's obviously alluding to like Harvey Two-Face there. And then in the scene with Diana when after she steals his little thing that he tried to spy on Lex with, he's like, I've known plenty of women like you. And yeah, it's like, at the time, I think once people got over the fact that she wasn't like buff or anything, or she wasn't built, like, people kind of got used to her as Wonder Woman. But yeah, I think now in hindsight, like, I don't know, I mean, mostly given her acting, because she's fucking terrible, but given her like ethnicity or whatever, Yeah, pretty much everyone hates her, and I can't really say that I blame them. Use my shit. My shit. I was talking about Catwoman, by the way, that he was alluding to. I don't think I said that. Yeah, and it's kind of funny, like, when he's having that scene with, when he's trying to spy on Lex at the gathering. uh, oh, he gets caught. I like that Mercy's in the movie, and that Asian chick, she's pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure she has, like, no lines or, like, nothing, like, really that matters. And then it's weird that Lex, like, sacrifices her at the Senate hearing. Like, I feel like not enough people were mad about the fact that Mercy was just not there anymore. It doesn't really make any sense. But anyway, she catches Bruce, like, you know, in the server room or whatever. And Affleck's trying to act, you know, kind of drunk. And he's like, oh, I like your shoes. But to be fair, she looked pretty good in those heels. And I'm not really like a heels guy, you know. I prefer to see them bare, but yeah, it looks good. What up, bitch? Round two. Oh. I should have used my shit. Wow. Dude. Oh, I should have used it again. Alright, it's fine. Maybe you have to do both stages. Oh, I was talking about the Daily Planet. Yeah, dude. Like, the whole vibe there is... It's just, like... It's terrible, dude. It's, like, cubicles, you know? And, like, really harsh, like, fluorescent lighting. And, like... The people that work there aren't funny or cool. They all suck. The Jenny chick shows up again. And she has, like... meaningless lines in the movie. It would have been cool to see, like... that version of Jimmy and Clark and Lois there. Because I watched it, you know, just recently, and then I also watched it right after I watched the new Superman. And it's actually, like, depressing to watch. It's pretty funny. Like, what the fuck did they do? No wonder, like, nobody wanted to see this shit. Because I think I brought this up before, but it's like... They hadn't really done, like, a modern, big-budget version of the happy, good, you know, bright Superman yet. So to, like, go immediately... I mean, not immediately, but, like, before getting that, like, taking this darker take and, like, really amping it up. They just should have realized that wasn't going to work. I gotta actually concentrate. I'm about to die again. Oh yeah, Alfred, dude. Jeremy Irons. I actually really like Jeremy Irons in this movie. He has that one good part at the beginning of the movie where Bruce Wayne comes in and he's like, "You're getting slow in your old age, Alfred." And he's like, "It comes to us all, Master Wayne. Even you got too old to die young." But he's a really good Alfred. He's obsessed with like wanting Batman to have kids and shit. But yeah, I would say pretty much all of the Batman stuff is just pretty cool. Cause like I guess he's like he ends up like, you know, trying to follow the KGB's guy, and he's looking for the white Portuguese. They keep bringing that shit up, and it's such a weird like thing. Even though it ends up being a ship, it's like it's such a weird thing to like have characters say white Portuguese. But oh, because I guess Lex is like importing kryptonite or whatever the fuck. But anyway, like there's a sequence where Batman like, you know, is trying to like fuck up their operation at the docks, and there's a really great shot of like Batman on top of this crane, like looking down on all the people, and then he like, you know, he has like a little chase scene in the Batmobile, and he's definitely like killing people, like he's shooting them, and I mean it's an okay sequence, I guess. He like, you know, shoots him and drives through the fucking semi and shit. Can I fly with this? Oh no. His name's Molotov. How many times can I use it? Oh! Dude, what the fuck? Oh, you can grab him? Oh yeah, and I was saying earlier in the movie too, when they first introduced Batman, it's in the extended version. You kind of see these cops watching like Gotham University play against Metropolis, and then it cuts to like in the theatrical version, it's these cops going up to like respond to some shit, and they find all these like traffic people, and then the fucking rookie or whatever, why does he have a shotgun? And you see like out of focus, you see Batman in the corner and shit, and he looks at him, he's like, oh shit, and then he almost shoots him. He almost shoots his fucking partner. Just stupid. Yeah, basically like Batman's like branding people, and then people are killing them in prison, which I don't understand. Why would they kill people that are branded with that shit? Like, wouldn't they be like, yeah, fuck Batman too. He branded me also, you know? I didn't quite understand that. And then it ties into some bullshit about this guy that gets shanked in prison, and you know, that's earlier in the movie when Clark is like going to Gotham trying to investigate Batman. That's all in the extended version. He meets this old blind black dude, and he's like playing his scratch off, but somehow he, well, maybe he's not blind, but he kind of looks blind to me. And on the scratch off, he made the bat symbol for some reason. Ah, you fucking asshole, dude. Not being able to dash really sucks in a beat 'em up. And it'd be nice if, when you're in flight mode, if you could do that out of it, but you can't. You can only punch in front of you or shoot a laser. Oh fuck. But yeah, anyway, he has that chase sequence, and then, but yeah, so I hate how the chase sequence ends, where, like, Batman's coming around the corner in the Batmobile, and he sees Superman standing there, and there's this, like, goofy shot of, like, Batman in slow motion looking at Superman going, huh? You know, it's like, it makes Batman look stupid, dude. And he fucking kicks the Batmobile, and he like, skids out. And then he rips the fucking doors off, and there's that shot of Batman, like, kind of standing up in front of Superman. I think it was kind of a lame first introduction, and then he has a fucking lame line where, like, Superman's like, you know, that symbol in the sky, don't go to it next time. And Batman's fucking comeback is, do you bleed? You will. I was like, dude, he ain't fucking scared of shit. That was a whack line. Yeah, this one was written by Goyer too, and also the dude that worked with Affleck on whatever movie it was, Argo or The Town, one of those. He was supposed to write the Affleck movie that he was going to direct, the Batman one, and then it never came to be. I heard they were going to, like, adapt, like, the Arkham Asylum game, or, like, you know, kind of the graphic novel in the game. That would have been sweet. Friendly fire. Oh yeah, I think Diane Lane does another good job with some of the scenes she has. Although they kind of pass off the Kevin Costner thing onto her, where she's like, you know, be their hero or their savior or whatever they want, or be none of it, you know, fuck them, you don't owe them anything. So they kind of gave her like that same mentality. Dude, that is so fucked up. That might be the end of the actual Superman sequence too, because doesn't he kill him like on the streets? The streets. I really have to fucking like lock in here. Oh my gosh. Alright, now we're cooking. Dude, where's all the like power-ups and shit? Oh yeah, another thing about the scene where the Senate blows up or whatever the fuck. So like Clark just like kind of stands there for a second. He's like, "Fuck, man," when it blows up. And then, oh yeah, like I said, he had that scene with Amy Adams where he's like, "I'm afraid I didn't see it because I wasn't looking." But like, as soon as that happened, he would have been like, "Okay, well, why didn't I see it?" And then he would go through the only reasons possible why he wouldn't have been able to see it. And his only conclusion would have been, oh, the shit must have like been made out of lead or something, like he doesn't like, I don't know, they make him stupid in this. Fuck. And then I think another thing people didn't really like either was like when Lex kidnaps Martha, and like he kind of has those like pictures of her like all like strangled and tied up and shit. And his fucking like monologues, Eisenberg, are so fucking awful. I mean, you can't blame, like I said, you can't blame him too much for the writing, because it is very cringy. Like, he's like, what does he say? Like, the son of Krypton versus the bat of Gotham, or something like that. It's so stupid. He wants them to fight each other, so he forces, in order to save Martha, Clark has to fight Superman. I like the sequence of Superman, of Batman, like training and shit, like pulling the tire and like trying to get ready for fighting him. Yeah, the whole catalyst for him wanting to do that is because the Senate blows up, and then he gets those return checks. So how did like Lex get into fucking Bruce's like payroll and keep those checks? Because they send him to him, and he's like, how did I never even see this shit? You should have fired that dude. But then yeah, because of that, he wants to fight Superman. Oh, and he has to go get the kryptonite. So yeah, that's another thing that's really shitty, even in the extended version, because like Lex leaves LexCorp after he gets access to Zod, and he gets the kryptonite, and he has it there in his office, or in his little lab headquarters or whatever. And Batman breaks in there to steal the kryptonite, and Lex just kind of comes back, and he sees a little bit of like security footage of like Batman doing the Predator grab from Arkham Asylum, and that's it, dude. Like, why the fuck did they not plan a sequence of Batman breaking into LexCorp and stealing the kryptonite? They have the fucking set there. They have the outside location for the building. Like, what the fuck reason could there have been? Like, surely not budget, because they spent a lot of money on this shit. But like, did they run out of time, or there's so much dumb shit, boring shit in the movie? Like, you couldn't have, put that in the movie. I just don't get it. Like, why would you not show him breaking into LexCorp? But anyway, yeah, and then he fucking puts on the Dark Knight Returns armor and shit. And I think, like, obviously there's cool shots, because it's a cool design, and, a lot of it straight out of the novel, but, like, that's the kind of shit I blame Zack Snyder for, like, cherry picking these moments and, like, just kind of like burning through all this shit way too fast. You know, like what the fuck are you doing? And also like, oh yeah, earlier when the scene when Lex has the gathering, Clark is like following around Batman because he can hear Alfred in his earpiece. But then he's looking at TV and all the Mexicans are watching, all the dishwashers and shit, they're all watching like some shit go down. And then like he takes like, you know, Snyder, I mean, takes 5 to 10 minutes to have like Superman, you know, there's that shot of him saving someone and all the Mexicans are like touching him like they think he's like, you know, an angel or, you know, God or some shit. And I get what he's doing, but then it's like, and then the shot of him like saving the people like on top of the roofs like Hurricane Katrina, and it's, you know, like it's like straight out of fucking Watchmen, like, you know, the woman looking up in slow motion and like reaching out, and you see like, you know, Superman like I'm doing right here. He's I mean, it's aura farming, dude. That's what it is. And yeah, it's pretty weird. Like, why is he making her wait and sitting there looking down on her while she's reaching up for him, you know? Like he's getting off on it or some shit. That too, and oh yeah, and like I said with the Injustice stuff, like when they do the future, when Batman has the nightmare. I mean, it kind of looks cool, but to me, all that shit, that's really what Zack Snyder movie looks like, you know? Kind of like cheap, but like, you know, kind of like, I don't know, it looks like a big like IMAX, you know. But yeah, in that sequence, it's like in the future, and he's like trying to smuggle in kryptonite to fight Superman, and then Superman has all these like, you know, militant people that are like, you know, zealots for him or whatever, and they all like come out and start shooting Batman's people. And there's a shot of like, you know, Batman coming out and fighting them all, and you know, it's like it's supposed to be cool, but like it's kind of weird that like none of the soldiers actually try and shoot Batman. they just sort of get close. A couple of them aim at him, but then they're kind of waiting for Affleck to hit them. But even the way it plays out in Zack Snyder's Justice League, like, I don't think it would have happened that way if people liked Man of Steel and they could have taken their time, you know? But yeah, so one thing that's stupid about the fight between them is like, oh my gosh, dude, I can't talk and play at the same time. When they start fighting, and you know how like Batman sets up traps for him and shit, which is cool. That means out of the comics, but like, I mean, not exactly the way it happens in the movie, but anyway, the part where like, so like the Sonic shit is like hitting Superman, and then he's like, you know, he's trying to talk to Bruce, and he's like, Bruce, you know, you need to listen to me or whatever. And then he gets hit with the guns, and then, you know, Superman flies in the air and shoots it with the lasers and shit. And then when he finally does get close to Batman, like, instead of trying to talk to him, he just fucking pushes him, you know? Like, why did he do that? I thought he was trying to talk to him. It doesn't make any sense. But I mean, the fight itself is kind of cool, I guess. He shoots him with the fucking kryptonite gas. But I think the helmet on the Batman suit looks better when it has the damage to it. And you can see Affleck's face in there. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my gosh. Oh. Fuck you, Doomsday. Oh yeah, that's when he kills him. But yeah, I like how they fight each other, and then he throws him down the stairs and shit, and he uses the grappling hook to go down. Whoa. Oh yeah, and I like how he drags him by his leg. Batman drags Superman by his leg, and it's like he ties him to the grappling hook, and then he uses the tension from, I guess, retracting the grappling hook to like spin him around, spin Superman around. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. But yeah, and then he has the fucking kryptonite spear, and he's like choking Clark, and he's like, "You're letting him kill Martha." And he's like, "Martha, why don't you say that name, Martha?" Then he flashes back to the pearl necklace and shit. And Lois comes and saves him. It's his mother's name. And then, so like, yeah, that was like one of the main, obviously still to this day, the main like meme from this movie. And I know like, I get what they were trying to do, to like try and have them have this commonality. And I don't know, I think there's just no way to like, I don't know, to me it's not so bad, but like I get why people memed on it so hard. I think they just could have found a different way to, have them come together. But, in the context of the movie, it works, because he can sympathize with him because he had a mom, and her name was Martha too. Oh, you can hold it. I love when you can just hold it. Dude, Cyborg Superman is cool. Fuck. Oh, it was very challenging. The tree line is kind of the sweet spot there. There we go. And then yeah, dude, the whole sequence with the Batwing and Batman saving Martha is, that's still the best on screen like action sequence Batman has had. I like how he uses the retractables again when he shoots the box, and he like uses it to like fling the box around and hit people. I like when he like they jump on him and he gets stabbed and he's like, "Oh." and then he fucking puts it back in the guy. I think the I think that part's in the movie, but there's another shot of him that they added, or or they cut out, however you look at it, where he kind of goes back to the guy that stabbed, and he kind of looks at him in like a scary way, like he's gonna like stick it in him further. Oh, elite. Oh, dude, what the fuck? Whoa. Could I have always thrown him against the wall like that? Oh shit. So when you grab him, if you press up and throw or whatever, he throws him against the wall. But if you press down and throw, he fucking shoots him. I'm guessing Superman had a different animation there too, but I didn't realize it. Why don't they just give you the 4 lives back? There's no way you beat this game on like the 1 life that you get. Or like the original 4. Oh, they start you here? At least it's easy. Oh yeah, and then when he finally saves Martha from KG Beast, and he like blows up his gas tank, and he like covers Martha with his flame retardant cape, and he has a line where he's on top of Diane Lane, and he's like, "It's okay, I'm a friend of your son's," and she's like, "Yeah, I figured with the cape and all." I thought that was good, but like anytime there's like rare moments of levity, it's just so like it's out of place with the rest of the movie. Oh, what the fuck? And yeah, fucking Doomsday is stupid, dude. He looks, I mean, he's just a Urukai, dude. Like how he like gets birthed out of the fucking pot or whatever. And he's got that ugly like pug nose and shit. Like, what the fuck were they thinking, dude? Like, I don't know. Like, why would you make something that's so much lamer than the comics version? Didn't in that Krypton show, didn't they have Apocalypse? I mean, Doomsday. And I remember seeing like images of it. It looked pretty cool. Fuck. But yeah, he sucks, and it's just another kind of lame fight in the city. Although this time they make sure to like say that the docks are abandoned and like everyone's at home. They're not really working. And they do those shots of like where they do it in Man of Steel too, where it's like, Zod will throw Superman or something through a building, and it won't like follow the action. It'll like show him flying away far, and then it'll like snap zoom or whatever to try and make it look realistic or whatever the fuck. But yeah, basically Clark is like, I need a Kryptonian weapon. And then they remember that fucking, for some reason, Lois, after everyone left the Martha scene, For some reason, she felt possessed to like grab the kryptonite spear and throw it in the water, and then they have to go back and find it later. And then yeah, Wonder Woman shows up and saves Batman and shit. And they have that one shot of the Trinity, and he's like, oh yeah, they try to get jokey again, where it's in the trailer, I remember too, where he's like, Superman's like, she with you? And Batfleck's like, I thought she was with you. Like, what, dude? The script was like just so lazy. Oh. And yeah, fucking Gal Gadot should be Gal Gadot. She does that cringy thing. Her only acting style at that point for Wonder Woman was like, whenever you get hit by something, give them a smirk like you liked it or whatever, or you know that it, you know, oh, this is a good fight or whatever the fuck. That's all she does. And somehow Doomsday can like shoot out this energy and shit. Whoa. What? I was about to say, does it not shoot? Well, he's like Jax. Get down here, bitch. Get down here. Oh. Dude, that shit is so cheap. So you only can do the super, like the special move 3 times. It's not even per life, it's just 3 times a continue. Right? I think. Seems like it. Whoa. Oh, I got some health right there. Yeah, and it's so fucking stupid how like the president wants to like fucking use a nuke right away. They don't even waste any time. It's just because, you know, Snyder wanted to have the shot of like the zombie looking Superman after he gets hit with the nuke. And then he kind of goes into the sun and gets rejuvenated and shit. But yeah, then basically, you know, Superman has to use a kryptonite weapon to kill Doomsday. And they go look for the spear. And, oh, fuck, dude. They all gotta team up to, like, kill Doomsday, like I said. And then, oh yeah, they do the shot from Dark Knight Returns where it's like, it's not the exact shot, because on the cover of the comic he's kind of just in the air and the lightning bolts behind him, but they do the shot where like Doomsday's shooting a laser at Batman and he uses the grappling hook to like get out of the way, and he's in that pose for a second. But then yeah, Wonder Woman puts the lasso around him, and then Batman uses his last kryptonite grenade round. G round from the G launcher. and then Superman has to take the spear and put it in his heart and shit. But Doomsday has like a fucking claw. And so this is like another homoerotic Zack Snyder moment where they like penetrate each other. And then in order to like, Superman has to get deeper. So he fucking pulls the bone into him further so he can push the spear into further to him into Doomsday. And that's how he kills him. But he has to sacrifice himself. And then I was thinking they have the funeral scene, and they have that little fucking redhead ginger bollocks. He's at his funeral. I was like, I wouldn't want this motherfucker there. He snitched on him as a kid. Yeah, dude, you only get 3 special moves per continue. Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about the fucking setup for Justice League when they show all the different shots of how Lex had information on all the metahumans. And you get that like stupid shot of Aquaman getting caught underwater, like, oh shit. And then he doesn't fly, but he swims out like he's flying. And oh my gosh, Ezra Miller. He saves a dude in a convenience store. But yeah, the last shot doesn't make sense because it shows the dirt on top of the Superman's coffin. And had Inception already came out? Because it seems like they wanted to do that final like Inception shot where something moves, you know, like a frame before it cuts to black, and like the dirt lifts a little bit, which doesn't make sense because he's dead. Who is it this time? Oh, what the fuck? Sentinel. That's not Sentinel. So much for that. Oh yeah, I forgot the after credits sequence. So yeah, I guess for Lex, you know, making a fucking monstrosity and releasing it on the city, they finally put him in prison. And that's the way he gets his bald hair, is because they cut his hair when he goes into prison. And then it's weird because, like, these guards come to, like, you know, tell him he has a visitor. And they're, you know, telling him, lean against the wall and put your hands behind your back. And then all of a sudden the lights, like, flicker and turn red. And then the guards are gone all of a sudden and Batman is there. And it's cool because there's a shot of him like kind of just standing there and you see like the red lights on him, and I was like, oh shit, that's Vengeance. But he looked cooler actually. But anyway, yeah, he goes up to Lex and like he threatens to like brand him and shit. Yeah, and Lex is telling him that like, you know, it's too late, you know, they're coming or whatever. Oh, the fucking red capes are coming. God, I hated that shit, dude. But yeah, and then as Batman leaves and he's telling him, you know, the beacon has been, or whatever the fuck he says, he's got his like head pressed up against the bars and like there's snot rolling down his mouth. I mean his nose for some reason. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I don't know. I can't believe like I was excited for where it was gonna go at a certain point. They totally just fucked up everything.